And welcome to the final week of the Pigskin Pigs here. Benny and Trey Mitchell covering your downstate football here in Delaware. And we're going to get ready into week 7. And it's a big one. And we're covering all 3 games we're going to talk about today. And we're going to start with Friday night kickoff, 7 o'clock. It's the 4-0 Woodbridge Blue Raiders going up against 3-3 Caravel. Woodbridge is looking for a chance to return to the state tournament. But even with a win on Friday night, it's not a guarantee. Caravel, on the other hand, has a dangerous team, and they're looking to play spoiler. I like Woodbridge in this game, but they can't look ahead to a possible state tourney berth, and think they're going to skate past the Bucks. I'm taking Woodbridge though in this game.
I agree with you. I like Woodbridge a lot in this game. Caravel's very, very dangerous, but just to have a shot in the state tournament, Woodbridge has got to win. And ever since they got off their COVID quarantine and all that stuff, they've done nothing but win and handle their business. So I like Woodbridge.
Friday night kickoff, 6 o'clock. Battle of the teams with no wins. 0-6 Delcastle travels south to 0-4 Sussex Tech. Both are looking at 2 winless teams. They're looking to go out with a end of the season with a win. The season of COVID. Both offensive has sputtered this year, but Sussex Tech has hung around in some games. The Cougars have a bit of a passing attack, which could help them in this game. But Friday night on the road in Georgetown, I'm taking the Ravens.
Yeah, Sussex Tech. They've in all their games they've lost. They've hung tough in there. They've shown really good offense. They've shown really good defense. They just haven't put it all together. I think they do tonight to get their first win. I like Sussex Tech.
Another game with 2 winless teams, but a bit different situation here. Both Polytech and Seaford are in the midst of major rebuilds. Polytech had their season cut short last year due to injuries, while Seaford, they stumbled across the finish line last year with just over a dozen players. So just finishing is a shot in the arm to both teams. Poly's size could be a plus, but if the Blue Jay team that shows up that played in the first half against Woodbridge, then I like them in this game. I'm taking Seaford.
Yeah, it's a tough game to pick. I mean, 2 winless teams, 2 rebuilding teams. Seaford, they got their new coach, a lot of energy there. But I think after what Poly went through last year, I'm going to cut their season short. They've had to play a lot of the top D1 teams. I think it's with Poly's size and playing some of those bigger teams. I like Poly in this one.
Southern Division games, Friday night kickoff, 7 o'clock. It's just a little 8-mile rivalry on a Friday night, right? Delmar looking to get a share of the Henley South title and a possible state tournament berth. Laurel at home with a chance to end a rival season. Laurel struggled to move the ball last week against a Woodbridge defense, which is don't get me wrong, it's a tough defense. While Delmar bounced back out of COVID quarantine with a win over Indian River. A win, I have to say, they kind of struggled to get 21-0, and had to score twice in the second half. Defense wins this season finale. I like the Cats in a close game on the road. I'm taking Delmar.
I think similar to the Woodbridge Caravel game, I like Delmar in this because they just need to win to get a state tournament berth and, at least make it hard on the committee. But Laurel's another tough team, and they've shown some great football this year, so they can't be overlooked. It's definitely a rivalry game. But I think Delmar wins, and it's going to make it even more interesting going into the state tournament.
Yeah, that meeting's going to be interesting. We've been waiting to hear something out of the Henley Conference. Have heard nothing. There's some people that want to take it down to a coin toss, which I think would be horrible for football. You have to do the best thing for the kids and the teams and the schools. And I think the athletic directors have to get together and say, this is the team we're picking, or this is the criteria of the team we're picking. I think it has to be decided somewhat on the field. The 2 teams obviously can't play, but you have to take what happened between the lines and not let it go down to a coin flip. This isn't Friday Night Lights. Let's do it right.
Lights.
Yeah. 5 o'clock kickoff on Friday. It's Indian River traveling to Lake Forest. Indian River 3-3, Lake Forest 1-4. If you follow the Indians' pattern, win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. So they're due for a win. I don't see it happening in Lakeland tonight. I'm taking Lake Forest.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be a good game, but Lake Forest, they've taken some lumps this year, but they've played good football. They're a tough team, a tough program. I think they get another win tonight. I like Lake Forest.
Northern Division games. This one's for the Henley Conference. Northern Division, 7 o'clock kickoff in Smyrna. 5-1 Caesar Rodney, 5-0 Smyrna Eagles. I have to admit, I did not have CR as a 5-1 team playing for the Henley North Championship on the final week of the season. But whenever I've doubted them, they come out and they answer. But this week's a different animal. Smyrna is looking for the #1 seed in the state tournament and a chance for their 4th state title in 6 years. Sorry, Riders. You did prove me wrong last week, but I'm taking the Eagles in this one. I got Smyrna.
Yeah, on paper, the smart pick is Smyrna. Clearly, I'm a homer. I'm a little biased, so I won't pick against CR, but I wouldn't be shocked. I understand if Smyrna wins. They're a great, great football team. Clearly, CR, has lost our former football coach and athletic director. So if nothing else, they're going to give them a heck of a game, and I wouldn't be shocked if the Riders get a win here. But I can't pick against my Riders.
All right, so let's go to Friday night kickoff in Dover. 3-3 Cape and Lopin, 2-3 Dover Senators. Cape and Lopin, they were sailing along. They were headed into last week's game with Caesar Rodney with an outside chance of making the state tournament and ending the season with a winning record. But the Riders' defense simply stuffed the Vikings in the second half. Dover, they apparently woke up after 3 straight losses to start the season because they're a totally different team right now. I think Dover can match Cape's size, which has been the Vikings' advantage all year. And the Vikings have struggled with teams with speed. And you've seen Dover twice now. Dover has speed all over the field, and they're just athletic. I'm taking Dover in an upset, and I think it's going to be a pretty close game, and it might take 48 minutes to decide.
Yeah, I agree with you. Dover's definitely woken up. I think it's going to be a really good game. I think Cape's running attack is really going to keep this game close, control the ball. But I think Dover, they match them in size. Like you said, they're athletic. And they got some running backs that can go. They can throw the ball a little bit. I think it's going to be a really good game, but I like Dover. They're a hot hand right now. I like Dover in this one.
Right. And our downstate game of the week on Delaware Live Sports. Friday night kickoff, 7 o'clock from the Castle. 2-2 Milford Buccaneers and the 4-2 Sussex Central Golden Knights. Okay, so to address last week's pick against Sussex Central at the Castle, I'm trying to decide between I was abducted by aliens or it simply wasn't me. So I may have to go into the stadium in disguise Friday night. Milford's season has been affected by COVID. They missed one game due to another team being in quarantine, and then they missed another because of their own quarantine. But Aaron Civils went off Monday night at Lake Forest as the Bucks reclaimed the bell. So now you have to watch Civils and Marquise Gillis. But I think Sussex Central has the defense that's good enough to do it. Plus, if they sit on the ball again this week like they did against Salesian, Milford's going to have limited opportunities to score. I'm going with Sussex Central in the Castle. Hear that, folks. I'm going with Sussex Central in the Castle. I learned.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Milford, they have a great running attack. They can throw the ball a little bit, but I think they lean on that running attack with Gillis, and now you said Civils. Both are running the ball great, but that's how Central, I believe, won the game last week. They just stuffed the run. Stuff the run. They got passed on a little late, but at that point it was too late. I mean, I like the matchup here for Sussex Central. I think Sussex Central at home, very, very tough to pick against. Right. So I like the Golden Knights here. I like Sussex Central.
Yeah, you said they got passed on late, but the game pretty much ended on a tip pass interception. So that tells me Sussex Central had ball hawks all over the field.
They find a way.
Yeah. So we made it. Week 7, we got through the COVID season. A lot of people didn't think it was going to happen. We did. So, I mean, the meeting's going to be interesting on Sunday to decide who gets in the state tournament because everything's been condensed to 4 teams. There's a possibility of a 3-way tie in Division 1. There's a possibility of a 3- or 4-way tie in Division 2. We still don't know what the Henlip and South is going to do with Delmar and Woodbridge. Obviously, they can't play that game now because the tournament field will be picked on Sunday. And both teams are playing Friday night. So, folks, we got a lot of action. All 3 of the games we picked tonight are on here. Up north, we'll have the Woodbridge Caravel game. Trey, you'll be at the Smyrna Caesar Rodney game for the Henlip and North title. And I'll be down at Sussex Central for the Milford Sussex Central game. So we'll have 3 big games on tap for you tonight. And then we switch to NFHS Network for the playoffs. We will be covering the semifinals and the finals. So we'll be covering 6 games on the NFHS Network. And we'll get those announcements out to you as soon as the tournament field set on Sunday. So for Trey Mitchell, I'm Benny Mitchell. See you tonight at kickoff, folks.